Hey guys, today we have a 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe, and we're going to do a test fit of the Thule Range 4 Bike Hanging Style Rack. Now this rack is actually designed to be Motorhome approved, so it's got reinforcement in the base of it, at the mast, down at the bottom of the mast where it's connected to the shank. It's really reinforced there. It's going to be able to endure those long road trips, those high impact situations. When we get the bike off, we'll take a closer look at that. Now as for the bike itself, we have 3 different points where it's connected. We've got 2 straps on the top tube right here, securing them down onto the cradles. But we're also going to have a strap in the anti-sway cradle. That's just helping taking away a lot of the unnecessary back and forth movement of the bike, even when we're traveling at high speeds. Even though it doesn't take away all of it, it does help prevent a lot of bike-to-bike contact and even bike-to-vehicle contact. We do have an onboard cable lock, which comes from the mast right here. Bring it up, and we're going to come over the frame of our bikes. From here, even when the bike rack is full, we can put it in that slot, lock it up so that it's a nice theft deterrent for our bikes when we leave them unattended. Unlock it when we're ready to unload our bikes. And then it stows right in the mast of the bike rack right here, so that it's not going to be in your way at all when it's not in use, and it's going to be ready to go when you need it. Now the cradles themselves are going to be very nice. They're going to have a nice rubber padding on them. It's going to help protect your bike frame from any type of scratches or abrasions. We're also going to have grooves on them. You can see on the 2 sides and in the middle. Those are for your brake cables so that you can set the bike on top with the brake cables in the grooves. Not going to have to worry about the weight of the bike breaking your brake cables. Now the back of our strap's also going to have a nice rubber strips, 2 rubber strips, right here, which help make a barrier between the plastic strap and the frame of your bike. Now let's go ahead and take the bike off. Pretty easy to do that. We can push up on the straps. After you push in the tabs, works just like a lot of other straps out there on a lot of other bike racks. And we can just take the bike off. Now when I'm done, I always like to go ahead and replace my straps just so they look a little bit more uniform. You can leave them unstrapped or untightened down, if you want. Just up to you, personal preference. Now with any hitch mounted accessory, you are going to have added length to your vehicle. With our Hyundai Santa Fe, we're going to measure from the bumper to the outermost point of our bike rack. We've added on about 41 inches to the back of our vehicle. Now that is a good amount added onto the back, especially when you think about trying to park in the garage with the bike racks on or anything like that. But we can take away a lot of that space by folding the arms down. There's a latch up here. We pull up, and we fold down the arms, and we're going to hear a loud audible click, letting us know that's locked in place. Now if we measure again from the bumper to the outermost point, we're down to 11 inches added on. That's a pretty big difference. This is something that we want to keep in mind again for close quarter situations, like parking in your garage so you don't have to take the bike rack off, or even in a parking spot around town. Now the closest point of our bike rack to the bumper, it's going to be about 5 inches, which has more than enough space. I know that's going to come up and make contact with your Santa Fe. Now, unfortunately, this tilting rack this hanging style rack cannot tilt away from your vehicle, and that's because they wanted to make sure they really reinforced the bottom part of the mast to make sure it holds up well and holds up for a long time. Now let's come down here and see how it attaches to our hitch, and we'll take a closer look at that reinforced braces down here. See, we got all this nice hardware, pretty thick nuts and bolts, just making sure, again, it's going to be very durable. It's got a nice black powder coat finish. That's going to help resist rust and corrosion as well. Now, we do have a threaded anti-rattle hitch pin that goes through the hitch pin hole, through the shank, and then out the other side. When tightened down, that takes away a lot of the shake and play from our bike rack while we're traveling. And we do have a lock on the other side, which is a nice theft deterrent. It's going to be key to like with your cable lock. Now with all that being said, that's going to do it for our test fit of the Thule Range 4 bike rack on our 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe. Let's go ahead and take a look at it on our test course. Up first is going to be our slalom, which is going to simulate side-to-side action like evasive maneuvering or taking a sharp turn. Now we're on to the solid speed bumps, which is going to simulate the up and down action like going over a speed bump or pulling into your driveway. And now our alternating speed bumps, which is going to simulate driving over uneven pavement like potholes.